Доброе утро. Чуть больше месяца и наступит
Today I'd like to tell you about the last tank made during the Great Patriotic War.
Великой Отечественной войны.
Soviet heavy panzer IS-3 Joseph Stalin. It didn't take part in the war because the tank was produced at the Chelyabinsk factory in May 1945 after Nazi Germany surrendered. But this miracle of Russian gunsmiths had to be demonstrated to the world. And September 7, 1945, at Charlottenburg Highway, where the last German soldier of the Berlin garrison gave up, a group of 52 tanks went on parade, made up of the latest Soviet tanks, IS-3. The parade was important because taking part were the garrison commanders of the Allied occupation forces and their Allied equipment, and assigned the place of honor in the parade were the Soviet tanks. You know, even there, the Russian Bear had success. After all, for a machine produced in 1945, it was advanced and unusual. In the bloody battles of that period, such tanks weren't found in the USA, nor in England, nor especially in France. The body of IS-3 is fully welded. Armor plates are under shallow slope angles, forming a pike's nose in front. The armor was very powerful, especially for that time, simply unprecedented. 250 millimeter on the turret and 120 millimeter in the front part of the body. Certainly this isn't a bombshell, but it's one way to demonstrate the... See? The strong inclination of the armor walls of the turret meant bombshells simply bounced off this panzer. By the way, during testing, the tank was thrashed at point-blank range by a German 88mm tank cannon without result. The effect, zero. There weren't even any dents. Flat turret has one hatch with a double roof. It facilitates the seating of the crew because they aren't crowded. One part is for the commander and one for the gun charger. This Leviathan's armament is very impressive. 122mm cannon, D-25T, large caliber machine gun, a Degtyaroff in Shpagin, and 12.7mm and tank modernized machine gun, a Degtyaroff 7.62mm. Certainly as of today, all the machine guns are dismantled, but there was a time. The commander, by the way, can manage the turret. On the battlefield, it reduces the time of cannon aiming. Fire! The main part of the bomb shells with separate loading was along the wall of the turret at an angle, and that was comfortable enough. The ammunition allowance was 28 shots. The effective shooting range was about 1 kilometer, but with a telescopic sight, TSH-17, it is possible to accurately throw a bombshell to 5 kilometers, and with the side level to 15 kilometers. Rapidity of fire, 2 to 3 shots per minute. For the first time in domestic tank construction, the mechanic driver sat in the middle. How can I climb up there? The power of the machine can be estimated just by listening to the figures. V-twin, 12-cylinder diesel engine with a capacity of 39 liters and a maximum power of 520 horsepower. This is a formidable force, but not so fast from today's point of view. Maximum speed on a highway, 40 kilometers per hour. The steering of the tank does not differ from its ancestor IS-2. Mechanical 4-way and 4-speed transmission with reduction gear, and you had to switch with force. But I haven't gotten the hang of second gear and reverse gear. That's enough. Stop. I see nothing from this viewing device. It's better to open a hatch. It's difficult to drive with triplex, and I'm a nominal tanker. Well, at least the hatch is fixed, because while driving, the heavy steel roof can easily cut off one's head. It's nice that 7 meters of steel monster reacts quickly on the levers. Turns like a sports car, although a very, very slow sports car. But just knowing there are about 50 tons of steel behind your back is a spine-tingling experience. In conclusion, the Soviet tank IS-3 served in the armies of different countries from 1945 to 1993. This is a record deserving of respect. Revolutionary for its time, this machine had a huge influence on the post-war tank industry throughout the world. Even without taking part in battles for the motherland, IS-3 was always a winner. This is the most perfect post-war tank.